Hi, my name is Cathy Madeo, here to give you a mindful minute. Today I want to talk to you about how you can tap into a kind of infinite amount of energy. I know that moving through my life, I have oftentimes thought of energy as this kind of finite thing, that if I extended too much energy in one thing, I would need to hold off on something else because I wouldn't have enough kind of energy to get through the day. I don't know if that resonates with you, but I lived for years under this premise. One of the yamas in our yoga philosophy teaches us a different way. It's called brahmacharya. Brahma means infinite and chara means moving. So you could think of this as moving with the infinite. Another way it's been talked about is walking with God. So rather than thinking about energy as a finite concept, you could start to imagine that there is a way to tap into infinite energy. So I want you to think for a second about a pendulum. Right? And this is like nice because it's a fact. It's like a law of physics. If you take a ball of a pendulum and you lift it all the way to one side and you let it go, the ball is going to swing to the opposite side. So you can think about that in your life. If we live in extremes, not the middle way, not in moderation, not walking with God, we're going to swing to opposite extremes. And that's actually when we feel depleted and fatigued and exhausted. So what you want to do in practicing your brahmacharya and practicing one of the fundamental principles of our yoga philosophy is start to make choices and approach your life in moderation. So a great way to look at this is in your asana practice. Are you going too much in one direction? Are you taking, only power and really hard flow classes, practicing a lot of hard poses? What will happen over time is you'll swing to that opposite end of injury. And then we could flip that and say, are you a person that really just gravitates toward restore classes and gentle classes and only things that have to do with relaxation? Well, what might happen is you might swing over to another kind of extreme, which might be something like excess weight or feeling tired and sluggish because you're not moving around. These are just examples. So in your yoga practice, you can start to think about ways that you could practice brahmacharya, where you could practice the middle way. And again, it's not just about going from one extreme to the next, i.e., well, I'll take a power class and then I'll kind of even that out by taking restore. It's finding kind of a middle way, a moderation within all of the practices that you do, all of the different yoga practices that you do. So if you're in a power class, maybe not taking every single pose or really listening to your body. If you're in a restore class, maybe thinking of ways that you can actively use your mind during certain poses or stay focused during meditation and not just kind of drift off into sleep. I hope you take a minute or two to consider and ask yourself questions about your own life, whether or not you feel like you are living in extremes. Do you feel tired and exhausted? One of the most exciting and beautiful things about living in moderation or moving with the infinite is that this really is the space of God, of stillness, of presence, of the universe, whatever word that you like to use. So when we kind of live in this moderate way, we tap into a kind of stillness. It feels good. It's infinite. We are kind of walking with God. So I hope that that will help motivate you not only to feel more energy, means that you'll be connected more to your inner presence, your inner being. And that's really why we get on our mat every day, isn't it? I hope that you enjoyed this mindful minute. Namaste.